Welcome back to Takeout. Same conversation corner, different chair. The pastor of a prominent underground, and we'll define underground in a second, church in China, is in the United States quite happily with his family after being released following detention of more than 250 days. Pastor Ezra Jin has been under scrutiny by Beijing authorities since 2018 for his leadership of the Zion Church, one of the largest churches not registered with Chinese authorities. That's what makes it an underground church, not registered. He was taken into custody in October 2025 as part of a sweeping government crackdown of religious activity within China. Jin was later charged with, quote, illegally using information networks for broadcasting his sermons on the internet. The pastor's release came less than 2 months after President Trump brought his case up to President Xi Jinping in China during his visit to Beijing. Upon his release, Jin wrote an op-ed piece for the Wall Street Journal that expressed his concerns for those still in captivity within China, titled, I'm Free, Now Pray for China. Joining me now is Pastor Ezra Jin's daughter, human rights activist Grace Jin Drexel. Grace, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell me how your father's doing. And you were with him when he came back.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was just so incredible. We were told that there could be a possibility that something would happen, and we were just counting down the hours. It was like 24 hours and then 12 hours and then 8 hours, and every day I would be texting people like, is everything still happening? Is something still happening? And when I saw him, I still felt like it was unbelievable. Like, is that him? And honestly, he looked so different when I saw him. He was much thinner, his hair was all gone, and I've just never seen him in this way. It took a couple of seconds for me to realize that it was my father still. But it was just so much emotion that was pent up for the last 8 or 9 months, and seeing him there just was incredible, and we're so grateful that he is out.
Was he emotional too?
Yeah, he definitely was. I think he was also a little bit shocked. He didn't even know where he was going when they took him out of the prison. He was just shoved into a car and then sent from the car to the train to the airplane, and then all of a sudden he was in the U.S. And so he didn't have a chance to say anything, take anything. He couldn't even bring his socks out of the prison. He had nothing, and the prison guards sent him just a pair of clothes, and that was all he had. And he arrived in the U.S.
Does he appear to you in reasonably good health?
I think in some ways, I mean, we don't know what we expected. I mean, it's been a long time. I've never really met anyone who just came out of a Chinese prison either. So we were not sure what to expect. I think he is in some ways much better than we expected.
But lost weight.
A lot of weight, and even sometimes when he walks, he's a little like wobbly, and we're just still trying to understand how he is doing. There are days when he can't sleep, and then there are days when he like sleeps the whole time, and we're just also figuring out his health conditions and how he's doing just emotionally as well.
And talk to me about the concerns he has, very deep concerns about those still in prison.
Yeah, definitely.
For the same offense or a related one.
Yeah, I mean, the church was initially shut down, and they arrested around close to 30 church leaders initially, and now 8 of them still remain in prison. And many of them, they knew me since I was an awkward kid in high school, and now I am a mother of 3 kids, and they're like family to me as well. And many of them, 8 of them, are still in prison. And even after my father was released, there was a feeling of this tenseness that I can't feel fully excited until I know everyone is really. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're so grateful and so happy that my father is here. It still doesn't feel real, but it also, we're just still thinking and praying for the other 8 as well, and we're hoping that they will, that this joyful moment will soon be felt by more people, including those 8 family members.
In my reading about this, Grace, your father and his church is not anti-government. It's not anti the Communist Party in China. It just wants to exist and spread the gospel of Christ as they see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my father, he became a Christian in a very extraordinary circumstance when he was in college, and that was when it was June 4th, and he had a very coming to Jesus moment, basically after
Tiananmen Square.
Yeah, after
right?
Tiananmen Square, and so he is not. He knows what the situation is in China, but he feels like as a pastor, he wants people to feel the love and hope that he felt since he became a Christian. And that was his main task, that he felt like his role was in China, to be the pastor, to be to helping the weak and the vulnerable, to show the love of Christ. And even for that, like increasingly, so many pastors, like I said, including the 8 that are still detained, but hundreds of pastors currently are still being detained in China. And so we really hope, again, we hope and pray that this goodwill, this energized moment will continue to spread, and more people will be released in China as well.
After the church was shut down, it went on the internet and became more visible and more popular, which was probably one of the problems the Chinese authorities saw. Grace Jin Drexel, thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate it so very much.